I got some of this, some of it cut up already. I'm doing, this is one whole cabbage so far. I'm cutting it pretty fine. So all I'm using is the cabbage that my buddy gave to me, and I'm packing it in the jar. You gotta pack it tight. At least that's what Miss Dorothy, how she told me how to do it. You gotta keep pushing it down and get it tight. And so I'm doing just a little sprinkle of salt, a little layer of cabbage, sprinkle of salt, layer of cabbage. Making cabbage kraut. It's gonna be yummy. Yeah, watch out for your fingers and things. And I got the wine racked off. It was the banana and the mango that I started. I have to look back and see when I started. I think it's been at least 3 weeks, if not a month. I think this gallon jar is going to hold about 2, small heads of cabbage. I got 2 more heads in there, so I think I'm going to do like 2 gallons worth. And once you get it, once it starts working, you want to keep this lid loosely on there so to keep any, gnats or fruit flies out. And sometimes you can maybe put a little weight in the center to keep your cabbage from floating out of the brine. And I'm going to use, I think the last time I made it I used the tap water, but I'm going to use spring water this time. They say that chlorinated waters can kind of mess with your ferment, which it fermented just fine the last time I made some, but I don't know. You learn little tips along the way and try them out and see how they work for you. I don't think I did a sprinkle of salt in there, did I? And I'm not measuring, so I'm just kind of putting a little bit in there and, see what happens. We've been harvesting Jackie's been harvesting the grapes. She does the harvesting, and I'll do the fermenting. And sticking those in the freezer as they're ripening. And hopefully we'll have enough to make a nice big batch of some homemade wine. Great wine. Yeah, I think that's going to work out just right with the 2 heads of cabbage per gallon. I got another one of these gallon jars. I'll just set these aside for doing cabbage. We don't want our wine tasting like fermented cabbage. I don't can it. I just because they say you lose some of the the good benefits of it by introducing heat to it. So I most times it ferments in a couple of weeks, but it just depends on your temperature and all that kind of good stuff as far as you know, when it's ready. But once it's ready, I'll just stick it in the fridge and go from there with it. I hadn't made it in a couple of years, but I do like it. Alright, so packing it down. I'm going to punch it down. And I'm going to put another little sprinkle of salt on there. That ought to be enough. And then we're going to top it off with this water. Just enough to cover the cabbage so everything's submerged. I got my little helpers in here at my feet. They're waiting for any little crumb to drop. I ain't said anything in here, just a small ramekin or something like that to, you know, just make sure your cabbage stays under the brine. I believe that's enough water. And I just set it in a little spot and hope for the best, fingers crossed. Anyway, y'all have a good one.